Hi, it's Gene, retired in Mexico, and we ask one question on this channel, which is, do they write them and sing them like they used to? A lot of people, young and old, they think the old music is better, but I am not so sure. And today, and it looks like I'm not sure why I'm not looking exactly in the camera. Let's try this. Well, okay. I don't have a straight sight line towards you, but today's Master Monday, and we're going to hit up Patti Smith. I had the great pleasure of seeing her a few years ago in San Diego, California. I drove all the way out there from a neighboring state just to see her, and it was a great show. And that's it. I went there. I mean, I did other things there, but I went there primarily just to see her. It was like a pilgrimage. And so today we're going to hit up Constantine's Dream. And I had to really do a deep dive into the lyrics on this. So, you know what this reminds me of? A couple other bands that we've hit up on the channel, or artists, Billy Woods and Ghost, both who do very elaborate lyrics about history in the past. So anyway, and this is reminds me a little bit more of what Billy Woods did. But anyway, Constantine's Dream. Let's go ahead and bring up this screen. I will have it right here, and let's go ahead and put her. Sorry about that. Shrink me down here. All right. So, the Dream of Constantine. It's a painting by Piero della Francesca in the late 15th century. So that would have been around the same time as Columbus. And so she talks about Columbus in this song. She also talks about St. Francis of Assisi, who was a little before this time, but was from Italy and was inspired by, well, I shouldn't say inspired, but affected by Constantine the Great's dreams and visions, because St. Francis also had dreams and visions. So she's weaving all this together. And then she talks about the modern era. And, it's really cool because Patty's got this more mature style. But on this song, at the end of the song, she goes back to her old style. And we're talking 37 years after her debut. And yet, there you have it. So on the eve of the battle with Maxentius, to decide who would be emperor of Rome. So in 312, he had a dream. He won the battle, and he attributed it to the Christian gods. So 312, I guess. I don't know my history very well, but it's when the Roman Empire went Christian, and of course they used to persecute Christians, but then they ended up becoming Christians. So she does all of that here. It's really cool. I pulled up a lyric video, so let's go ahead and get that up here. Thanks for your patience. And yeah, I wish I was a little bit more organized. But you know what? Like I say, I'll never forget the guy that made a comment one time on my channel called me an amateur. I was like, that's right, I'm an amateur. Proud of it. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this up. I don't think it's going to get blocked, so let's just run it. It's 10 minutes long, but it's an awesome song, and I haven't listened to it in about a year. So here we go. A bunch of guest musicians on here, accordion and violin. Drums.
In a rat so I dreamed a dream of Saint Francis who kneeled and prayed for the birds and the beasts and all humankind.
years or so.
I retreated from the silence of my room, stepping down the ancient stones washed with dawn, and entered the basilica that bore his name.
Signore,
Seeing his effigy, I bowed my head,
dove c'è odio, lasciali
and my
stare.
racing heart I
Dove c'è
gave
offesa,
to him.
dove c'è dubbio,
I kneeled and
fede.
prayed,
Dove c'è
Italian's really cool.
disperazione, speranza. Dove c'è oscurità,
and the sleep that I could not find in the
dove c'è
night
tristezza, gioia.
I found through him.
Fa che non cerchi tanto di essere consolato,
I saw before me the world of his
di essere
word,
capito quanto
The accordion.
bright fields,
di essere
the birds in abundance, all of nature, of which he sang, singing of him, all the beauty that surrounded him as he walked, his nature that was nature itself. And I heard him speak, and the birds sang sweetly, and the wolves licked his feet. But I could not give myself to him. I felt another call from the basilica itself, the call of art, the call of man, and the beauty of the material drew me away, and I awoke and beheld upon the wall the dream of Constantine,
To that painting.
the handiwork of Piero della Francesca, who had stood where I stood, and with his brush stroked the legend of the true cross. And he envisioned Constantine advancing to greet the enemy. And as he was passing the river, an unaccustomed fear gripped his bowels, an anticipation so overwhelming that it manifested in waves. All through the night, the dream drew toward him as an advancing crusade. He slept in his tent on the battlefield while his men stood guard. And an angel awoke him. Constantine within his dream awoke, and his men saw a light pass over the face of the king, the troubled king. And the angel came and showed to him the sign of the true cross in heaven. And upon it was written, "In this sign shall thou conquer." In the distance, the tents of his army were lit by moonlight, but another kind of radiance lit the face of Constantine. And in the morning light, the artist, seeing his work was done, saw it was good. In this sign shalt thou conquer. He let his brush drop and passed into a sleep of his own, and he dreamed of Constantine carrying into battle in his right hand an immaculate, undefiled, and simple white cross. Piero della Francesca, as his brush stroked the wall, was filled with a torpor and fell into a dream of his own. From the geometry of his heart, he mapped it out. He saw the king rise, fitted with armor, set upon a white horse, an immaculate cross in his right hand. He advanced toward the enemy, and the symmetry, the perfection of his mathematics caused the scattering of the enemy. Agitated, broken, they fled. And Piero della Francesca, waking, cried out, all is art, all is future. Oh Lord, let me die on the back of adventure, with a brush and an eye full of light. But as he advanced in age, the light was shorn from his eyes, blinded. He laid upon his bed on an October morning, 1492, and whispered, oh Lord, let me die on the back of adventure. Oh Lord, let me die on the back of adventure. Oh. And a world away, on 3 great ships, adventure itself, as if to answer, pulling into the new world, and as far as his eyes could see, no longer blind, all of nature, unspoiled,
And we're back to
beautiful,
the nature.
beautiful, in such a manner that would have lifted the heart of Saint Francis into the realm of universal love.
The way she circles back.
Columbus set foot on the new world and witnessed beauty unspoiled, all the delights given by God, as if in Eden itself, as if Eden had opened up her heart to him and opened her dress, and all of her fruit gave to him. And Columbus, so overwhelmed, fell into a sleep of his own. All the world in his sleep, all of the beauty entwined with the future, the 21st century, advancing like the angel that had come to Constantine in his dream. Oh, this is your cross to bear. Oh Lord, let me deliver hallowed adventure to all mankind in the future. Oh art, cried the painter. Oh art, cried the angel. Art, the great material gift of man. Art that hath denied the humble pleas of Saint Francis. Oh, thou artist, all shall crumble into dust. Oh, thou navigator, the terrible end of man. This is your gift to mankind. This is your cross to bear. Then Columbus saw all of nature aflame, the apocalyptic night, and the dream of the troubled king dissolved into light.
Amazing the way she weaves all of that in. Everybody having a sleep, the painter and the emperor and Columbus and herself in the first person. And then she, as the music builds, she brings it right into this dystopian 21st century. Really, really cool. And the way that it starts off with St. Francis and all the birds and the animals, but then she says, I could not, buy into his dream because I had a dream of art, a dream of man. But then when Columbus lands, she takes it right back to the nature that would have appealed to St. Francis. And she just does this masterful weaving. What is the song about? Well, it's a great song because I can listen to it and get new meaning and new nuances out of it all the time. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's going to be a long video, but a lot of people don't talk about Patti Smith in 21st century. Not every song she did was perfect, but she's done a pretty commendable job in this century. And she did some covers. She did an album called 12, which was 12 covers. But then this is her last original album, 2012, and she's not done an album now in 11 years of original material. Uh, but that's because she's writing. She's written a couple books, so she's doing that instead. And she's never been a very prolific artist, but that song is so cool to me. So let me know what you guys think. That's just a great late period song from her. And as we say here in Bonita, Mexico, buen dia. And don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Thanks.